Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of the Player Base Podcast. My name is Mulzak,
And my name is Exotic.
and we will be your awesome hosts for today. And also with us, our guest, our friend, and beast with the best voice in the East, Mr. Lemmon. How are you doing today, Lemmon?
Oh, guys, please don't say that I have the best voice in the East. I'm doing good, man. I'm excited to be here.
Now, today we're going to be interviewing you about your remarkable achievement in a lesser known game that many of us have come to know and love as the Darwin Project. And afterwards, we're going to talk about the state of the game as a whole. For those of you that don't know, Darwin is a unique battle royale with special elements that we will be talking about later on. But most importantly for you to know right now is that it has an extra player in every game called the show director. Now, the director in the Darwin Project basically controls the game for the inmates while they battle to the death, watching over them with the power of their cards such as closing zones, healing players, speeding up players, and so much more.
Now, there are some truly awesome elements in this game that we'd love to talk about later. But first and foremost, we are here to interview the very first, to our knowledge, level 100 director in the Darwin Project. Now, this, my friends, is no easy feat, as you probably surely know, Lemmon.
Oh, yeah, it took me many times just to grind out. In fact, the Darwin Project is probably one of my favorite drinking games currently.
Why a drinking game?
All right, so, well, it's a drinking game to me because it's kind of like watching TV or watching a movie, like you're sitting back. I guess I never knew why people like to watch streamers on Twitch, because all you're doing is watching someone else play a game instead of you playing it yourself. So then I hear about the Darwin Project, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I can be like, may the odds forever be in your favor, like Hunger Games kind of person.
Yeah, definitely.
And that was very appealing to me.
Huh. Okay, well, that was a very good start, but let's start off officially by asking you, how does it feel to finally have this milestone under your belt, being level 100?
Well, I'm really excited that there was no in-game trophies. That was pretty awesome. I thought level 100 was it, and then I was notified by some other players that there's higher players out there than me, which is awesome to hear. Because, I was playing director so much during this quarantine that I don't know other directors. And that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. I'd never even thought about that.
So I don't know, like, if I'm, a good director, a bad director versus this director or that director, but I don't care. Like, any director is not my competition. What makes the Darwin Project, as you guys said, what was it, unique, is that, there's a player back there that's controlling the game, pushing, closing zones, making nukes drop. And that's very unique. So my style is hopefully different than the next person versus the next person. Otherwise, the directors aren't needed.
Yeah, and I don't really see there being good directing, bad directing. It all comes down to what the inmates like, really.
You know what no inmate likes?
What?
Running. No inmate likes running.
Yeah, true.
Absolutely.
True that.
Personally, whenever I
Okay.
play the game, I try my absolute best not to run away in a fight. I might like go back a little bit, but I never ever, just run. Even if they start shooting me in the back, that's my fight. But I never run personally.
Yeah, except for those strategic retreats. You want to talk about that a little bit, Lemon?
Oh man, I think I tell everybody that I've been with a strategic retreat. I'm telling the story about strategic retreating so good that I'm sure that my wife could come downstairs and also tell exactly what strategic retreating means. All right, so after directing, I don't know, like up to level 40, and the game was still new on PlayStation, and people kept on saying, "Oh, don't run, don't run, don't run," and normally it would be like some derogatory slur about players running. So then I was like, wait a minute. It's kind of like, I watch a lot of WWE. When you get thrown out of a ring, you get like a 10-second count, or boxing, you get a 10-second count. I go, that kind of makes sense. You are trying to outsmart somebody and trying to be like the survival of the fittest. And so like running away to get that cooldown up or that, proper placement, I think that's okay. It just needs to be counted out as a 10 count.
Yeah, definitely. I've noticed, at least in our games that we've played, that you always make sure to count down to that person.
I think it's important, man. I think so many people are like, in their internal clocks are so screwed up, especially now that we don't have set schedules for many people out there, especially kids. That remote learning, yeah, good luck. So what's
Yeah.
happening is that, you say, "Oh, I'll be back in 1 minute," or "I'll be right there," and then the person shows up like 2 hours later, and you're like, "What is your definition of a minute?" You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Did someone ever say, "Hey,
Yeah,
I'll be over in a
definitely.
little. I'll be over in a little bit"? Someone ever say that to you?
All the time.
And then
That's
you're like,
pretty
"How
much
long is a bit? How long is a bit?"
I'm actually that person. I'll tell someone I'll be on, and then I fall asleep.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, see,
Uh,
I'm precise and exact. So like I count like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. So I'm not doing no
yeah.
fast count. I ain't doing no slow count. I'm just counting per seconds. So I try to keep it on time every time.
I could never do that. I could never do Lemmon. I'll say, yeah, I'll be over there in like 5 o'clock. And at 6 o'clock, I'll be right. Oh shoot! Oh
6.
dang! I am so sorry. So
All right.
Um,
So let me tell
something
you.
else. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Can I tell you a real story about that? About
Yeah.
being late? All right. So
yes.
I guess words of wisdom. If you can be on time, you always want to be on time because here's a story. I had a friend back, I don't know, probably in the early 2000s. He always said he was going to be there in a bit, right? So he would never show up on time. We were like, "Hey, come over. We're going to have dinner at 6 o'clock." "All right, I'll be right there." Well, he never showed up. Normally he shows up about 7:30, right? So we always knew him that he was like an hour and a half late. Well, one day he didn't even show up after that hour and a half mark. Turns out he got in a car accident. He was okay, just banged up. But you always kind of want to be on time for your friends, or at least let them know what's up. All right, sorry for that sidetrack.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. It's exactly what I want to hear. Just stories and talking. Something else I've been wondering since I've met you actually is how did you come to be known as Mr. Lemmon?
Well,
This
funny.
that's the question here.
All right, so well, in my first gamer tag that I had forever on PlayStation was Jazzy Lemon. In fact, I used to go by Jazzy Lemon on all social media. So we're talking, YouTube, Instagram, like it all, like just Jazzy
Mhm.
Lemon. And it's JAZZYLEMMON. Anyhow, so then I was waiting forever for a PlayStation to, let me change my name because I didn't want to make a whole new account. Like that just seems stupid and waste all my time. So then they finally allowed me to change my name. And well, since I'm not in my 20s or early 30s anymore, I'm kind of, like I'm an adult, a grown ass man. So
Yeah.
Mr. Lemon. So I earned my stripes.
Okay. Exotic, is there a question you're wondering?
Wait a minute. If we're talking about names, like how'd you get your name, Mulzak?
Oh, that's a funny story. I was I want to say 5, and I just started typing in random names that I needed for a game that I still play to this date, called Toontown Online. Love it.
What?
Yes,
Wait,
it
is
is. It was closed down back in 2013, but fans revived the game and gave it new life. It's still got about 3,000 players on the regular every day.
oh, no. I'm about to look that up right now.
I'm
Yeah,
afraid.
anyone that
I'm
doesn't,
afraid to look it up. Like it might
everyone that
be.
doesn't know, it was a Disney game, Lemon. It was
Oh
my
God, it looks
favorite MMO RPG. I loved it so much.
Oh, just because you dropped Disney doesn't mean it's going to be any better.
And yeah, true. I mean, we've seen Star Wars. Anyway, what I love about it is just like I've spent hundreds of hours in it, and I always have something that I want to do. Always. So I just started typing in random letters for a name. Mulzak is what came out of it, and I've stuck with it. Here at 23.
That's a crazy name. I'll be real with you.
Yeah, everyone thinks I'm stealing it from that one episode of Zach and Cody back whenever Zach played like a World of Warcraft type game, and he was called
Oh my God.
Multak.
That's a throwback right there. Zach and Cody.
Yeah.
And Disney comes back around its head full circle.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize. Oh
I mean,
Lord.
Zach and Cody, the
All
sweet
right.
life.
All right. So,
Okay, we're getting off topic. Okay.
Mr. Joe Exotic Tonic 11, how'd you get your
Oh
name?
Lord, don't please no.
I'm fine.
I
with
mean,
it.
since we're telling names about,
First of all,
Yeah.
there is no reasoning for my name. It is what it is. Exotic tonic. I was thinking like a exotic tonic, like a weird potion, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But I was very young when I made that name, and I guess I sort of just
See,
stuck
my
with
thinking was that it was just a random name that the PlayStation or Xbox gave you, and you stuck with it.
Oh, absolutely not. Who do you take me for? I come up with my own names. Okay.
all right. So just
It's
let you
going to
guys
be a
know,
bad name.
we all
That's
had
my
kind of lame names. Like I was Jazzy Lemon before, and I can change my
Mhm.
name. You guys can all change your names for free. Just saying, just putting it out there.
I like mine. I stick with it.
Not when you get
same
to be
here.
as old as I do, you'll change that shit.
Actually, but funny story in PS3 days, it was an S instead of a Z. So I recently changed it to a Z.
Spicy.
Since we were able to, and
Mulzak.
I always got called Ballsack because of Mulzak.
Oh God. Mm.
I mean, I love
Funny,
wordplay. I love rhyming, and I would
funny
probably say
people, funny
Bullsack,
people. I've
Bullsack.
heard it so many times.
So original, man.
Hey, I've heard like lemon jokes, like "Are you sour? Is your favorite color yellow?"
I'm sorry, I love dad jokes. It's kind of funny.
I've been
No,
hearing
your
that all my
rhyme
life.
is crazy. Okay.
But let's get back into the interview here. Exotic, I'm sure there's something that you want to ask.
Absolutely. So, how would you describe the way you direct Lemon?
Oh man.
I know you have a
Besides,
very
besides drunk,
unique
I mean,
voice.
let me ask you guys, how do you think I direct? Like, what would be my style? I don't know. I just direct, man. I kind of, if I'm sitting back and watching the game, I definitely want it to be like the best of the best fighters. I want to see the good action. I want to make sure that the best player wins. And by making sure the best player wins means I don't influence, I don't heal you, I don't warm you up. Besides like a beach party or something. But I don't know. It's a weird question. How would you guys describe me? I mean, you guys played more games with me as a director than me answering that.
Well,
I
I
would
see.
describe it.
I like to describe you as you like to see the competition, but you're fair about all of the cards you choose.
That's a very good description.
Well, that's cool
Because
because I like you guys, but I don't care which one of you guys wins.
Exactly. That's how it should be. The director shouldn't have any care about who's going to win. The director's there to make a good game, and that's what you do.
I appreciate you guys.
although I
But
do endorse the idea
also,
when you're directing a game, like if you reward good play, like for example, giving Wood or a Darwin shipment to the first kill, I think that's a good director strategy. But go on, Mulzak.
I was going to say also segueing off of what you said about drunk. I wanted to ask you about your favorite brand of beer, Lemon.
All
Damn,
right.
him with questions,
I
huh?
mean, I guess it's not really like I get drunk. I'm always I guess drinking. It's a drinking game. And water. I guess any. Does that answer it? Does that disappoint
Yeah,
you
it
guys?
could. I mean,
Like
I'm the type of person that doesn't like any beer. I like flavored things. So yeah, I could that could be an answer. Just any
I-
beer.
any. I mean, IPAs
Right.
are great.
But
Pills
also
are
going off
great.
of the
Seltzers are great.
competition thing that we were talking about, I was
Bourbon's
also
great.
wanting to say you're currently a director in our Discord force of strategy.
Yep,
What
yep.
is it the most that you enjoy about the community that we have right now?
Um, pass. I mean,
Pass?
yeah, because right now I guess the community needs more people to play.
Yeah.
So I guess the community
That's
2 months
definitely a
ago,
problem with the game as a whole too,
it
though.
is because 2 months ago things were popping, and we were
Definitely.
we were a bit slow to get this community going, and it goes for a little bit and then it fizzles, and then it goes for a little bit and then it
hmm
fizzles. So
It could be a great night. It could be a nobody night. It's really just whoever's playing the game.
yeah, so I mean, like the community as a whole is cool because we all are banding together. We're not trash talking each other and holding grudges over it. We're just kind of all rolling with the punches.
Yeah, personally,
Definitely.
I love our Discord community. It's like I kind of like how small it is because no one's acting like a piece of shit and everyone's just generally cool.
Yeah,
Like we all
for
have a
Mhm.
now.
shared interest too. We all love Darwin. We all love games, and it's just generally a chill community. I love it personally.
Well, the
Almost up
thing
to 80
is,
people now. We're getting there. We're rising a little bit.
oh yeah, it's great. I just want to make sure that like the mod team and you guys are taking like the rules seriously,
Yeah,
because
definitely.
if you allowed things to start sliding, then people think it's okay. And so, friend
Yeah.
or not, like it's a one strike and you're out, man. We're all like mature players, is what we're going for, not age, just mature. So I think things need to be in a proper place. So
All right, we'll
Yeah,
talk about that a
definitely.
little bit later. But for now, I have another question for you, Lemon.
go ahead, Exotic.
So, as a director player, you usually play director. So what cards what new cards would you like to see put in the game?
New
And what
cards?
other features would you have just for quality of life?
All right, so I guess going back to Hunger Games and part of the appeal with being a director and having that, overall control, right? I would like to see like a teleporting card where I can take one player and just randomly anywhere on the zone, like just drop them. I think that would be really
Yeah.
cool.
Ooh,
I wish Gravity Storm got about a 30-second nerf because that card is super fun.
It takes
just
forever.
goes too long, man. It's a super fun card. It just goes for too long. I would love to see like the ability to spawn in some kind of bad guy or some kind of like target, and like I really again, if you think of Hunger Games, like sending in beasts, changing the map around and having it all spin, that would be cool. So
that would be
things
cool.
like that. Keeping the Darwinium shipments in one place and having the whole map rotate. I think that'd be cool. Which it would also shift closed zones. So anyhow, like things like that. I
True.
guess.
Yeah.
I'm not a designer. I think that'd be fun.
That does sound awesome, actually. I would love to see, you're playing, you're fighting, and then all of a sudden the zone shifts around you. That would be crazy.
What about
It would
if you're fighting and you get third partied by a wolf? And it's not just a wolf like a deer one hit. It's like a shield, and it can hit you like hard. So
True.
I also
True.
reminds me of League of Legends, where I usually play the game, but they're like these NPC monsters that you kill and you get rewards. Kind of reminds me of that. That would be really cool in Darwin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Because that's kind of how the deer are now. You can kill them and get certain rewards. Really, no one pays attention because they're not the best in the world. But if they beefed those up a little bit in like the super rare category of things you could get from it, then it'd be it, and added more variety of things to kill. Also, it'd be really interesting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now, Lemon, what drew you into the game? What set it aside so much that you decided, hey, I really enjoy this game?
Well, the grind to level 5 was horrible for me. It took about 2 weeks because I didn't play as much, only on the weekends. And of course, like many people, I was like, "Ooh, Headhunter, that looks so cool. I have a bird friend." So I guess the directing definitely drew me into it. And I decided, hey, I really enjoy this is when people would go out of their way and say, "Oh, hey, you sound like a narrator," or "Oh, hey, is that your real voice?" or "Hey, I like the way you sound," or "Hey, Mr. Lemmon says you're awesome." I guess getting that positivity is what kept me around because, believe it or not, in online games, did you guys know that some people are jerks to one another?
Oh, never would I imagine.
Yeah, they're jerks and they say a lot of mean things to people. And, well,
Sure.
I get that
Really?
too. But
Hey.
I was hearing more positivity than negative. And again,
See, and I will say that is one thing that really introduced me to you as a director is that when you were trying to recruit people for the PlayStation message group that you had made, I was like, hey, this director, I really enjoy his voice and his directing. Yeah, I'll join.
yeah, that's what I tried, man. I just tried to have like a good thing. So, I mean, just
Yeah,
keep
the
it
thing
positive.
that really attracted me to you, Mr. Lemon, like you're in terms of
Hey, can you change that word exotic? I don't want
I
to.
thought about it too.
yeah, that'll be hard to clean that up. The way that really shit, I don't know how to change a word. Shit.
It's so dirty anyway you say it, just spit it out.
Okay, you know what I'm trying to say, but
Yes.
so I really like that you were passionate about directing. It's like all these other directors, they had a dead ass voice that sounded like this, like a, or either they didn't even talk
Mm-hmm.
and they would just give the first player they saw would. I was like, man, if only like if more people play director like this guy, Lemon, the game would be so much more interesting. Cause it's like, hey, Xotic throws a right hook and and Mulzak he shoots an arrow again, and he's dead. Oh my god, it's the end for Xotic gaming. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you have
I
that
do
energy.
because I think like one of the first messages you ever sent me on PSN chat was, how do you come up with the things you say? Do you write things down? And I was like, no, man, I don't write things
Well,
down.
I mean, you're just genuinely good off the bat with it, like those guys that direct like the Call of Duty tournaments and championships. I mean, it's something that comes natural to some people.
It doesn't come natural, man. I've been like freestyle rapping for like 15 years. So like when you start writing raps or listening to instrumentals and
Okay, I'm gonna
all that
point
stuff,
out. Sorry to
just comes
interrupt you. One time at some podcast, I will get you to freestyle.
well, I do it in my
Please.
directing. Like when I direct,
Please.
I have instrumental beats in my ears, and that helps me with my cadence or my flow or my voice and things like that.
Oh, you actually listen to music while you're playing?
Yeah, I
Oh,
listen
that's
to
something I never knew.
yeah, because
Lo-fi?
again, yeah, I do a Spotify and I do instrumentals. Like I even put my playlist or songs I listen to on my profile on PSN. So I listen to like some trap instrumentals, some rap instrumentals, some like necro instrumentals, things like that. Tundra beats instrumentals, like all cool stuff. Again, because
That
just
Go
watching
ahead.
people play a game, so I need to have some kind of other entertainment besides looking at my phone.
Oh yeah, because I catch myself doing that when I'm directing, is looking at my phone. Yeah, I could see that.
Yep. So to have some music, have some drinks, good times, man, good times.
I don't think you really answered this question, but what do you like about directing? Because personally, I don't like it at all. It's just boring for me, and just like Mulzak said, I find I'm either doing something else or I'm wishing that I was actually in the game fighting. So what do you like about directing so much?
I guess social interaction.
That's what keeps me going, is when I find a good match with people with mics. Yeah.
I mean, I guess as you get older in life and you have family and wife and kids and all that kind of stuff, like your friends that you're in high school with or middle school with or college with, you might talk to them occasionally, but as things really get going in your life, they kind of take a back seat. Even you take a back seat in life. So I think like
Mhm.
Darwin is cool that I can just whenever I want to, and if I don't want to, I don't. But I can project my voice and it can be heard. I think that social interaction is pretty cool.
Dang,
Yeah,
that
definitely,
got
man.
super deep, and I was not expecting that. But thank you.
Yeah, definitely. That was a great answer. What would, if you do have one, would be your favorite card or card combination to use as a director?
Depends on how I'm feeling.
Please say Nuke and Lava. Please say Nuke and Lava.
I mean, if I feel dirty, yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna be Nuke and Lava after I get a closed zone going. So I can definitely funnel you. I really like Beach Party and Gravity Storm. I think that's a lot of fun for people.
oh no, oh no.
I do
Get it over.
like doing Darwinia Mania, and then the first person who gets it, I throw in another Darwin down for them.
Mhm.
So I mean, there's just a lot of good combos. What I don't like is the nuke into something else all the time. So I guess that nuke of lava.
Yeah.
I don't like doing that all the time because I do feel so dirty.
If I'm feeling just, hey, I want to go into a few director games and make people mad, I will go and do that. I'm not going to lie about it.
Yeah,
It's just one of my dirty pleasures.
we had that happen last night, but Mason got out of it and won the game.
Oh, nice. Yeah. As long as you know what you're doing as an inmate, it's not hard to dodge those things.
Except if
Is
you're Headhunter without teleport, then
true.
it's
Headhunter it's awful for
But if
mobility.
but if you are Headhunter without teleport, then you are just trying to prove yourself.
True.
very true.
But when I'm Headhunter, what I usually go for first is that arrow and tracking, and then I'll go for teleport. So usually by the time before I get teleport, I'll get screwed somewhere on the mobility.
Yeah, that's the same build I usually go for. I usually like to build up arrows and tracking, then boot speed, and then teleport and all that.
But you're good at arrows, so you got to get the claw, the left-handed claw, right? So your
Mhm.
index is on your L1 and your middle is on the L2, and then you have it just to be able to fire arrows super quick. So I don't know, man. If
Talk
your
to me
arrows,
about that because I can't comprehend that right now.
all right, put your left hand up and make bunny ears.
Okay.
All right, so you're kind of
Mhm.
like an okay, you're kind of like bunny, right? All right, so move your index finger up and down. That would be like where the L1 button is. Move your middle finger only, and that's your L2. So it's like a claw handle. So you can hit your jetpack, aim with the right stick, fire arrows. Does that make sense? So you're using a claw. You're using two fingers on the left side, so you can jetpack and pull your bow back. The claw.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
try that in games sometimes. It's hard for me
That's the only way
to
I
use
play
both of those.
jetpacks. Yeah, I'm not very good at it, but I will be one day. No, I won't. I'm kidding. I
That's
need to
why I
get-
stick on my PC sometimes. I just feel like that keyboard and mouse.
Speaking
Cheater.
of Lemon, so now that you're level 100 director, what's your new goal in Darwin or otherwise?
Level 151.
Oh God.
Why 151?
Rum. Don't be dumb, Bacardi. Yeah. Peach party. Yeah. I just think that would be fun.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm out of questions that I wanted to ask, so you're good, Exotic.
Are you kidding me? I have a time where I would love to ask you. So do you put energy like that? Oh my God, he does it again. Do you put that sort of energy in all of your games?
No,
Or are
man, I
some
can't.
games just
It's so exhausting.
oh wow.
It is so exhausting to do that.
I would think so.
Like, and you got to be in the mood for it. You just can't go throughout all the day. Like, I think I was playing with somebody in the community, and they're like, "Oh, well, you sound differently in right now than you do." And I was like, "Well, yeah, because I'm not my character. I'm just myself." So that's a big fine line between, Mr. Lemmon says the director is a character, and I guess me as an inmate, I'm a different because I'm an inmate.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's what I understand that a lot because sometimes you have to go into character for those things, especially when you have problems like anxiety and talking to people, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And I didn't mention that, because, even before this podcast, I had to use the bathroom for number two. Like, I got all
Hmm.
nervous. The nervous turds.
Same here. Same here.
Social anxiety is real, folks.
But you got to power through it to do the things you really want to do. So,
For sure.
Exotic,
Yes. Hello.
go on.
Okay. So
I know that
what do
you
you
have another
do?
question at least.
Absolutely. So Lemon, what do you do to sort of get into that character you were talking about and prepare for your games?
Boy, were you
Other
not
than
listening?
alcohol.
Were you not listening?
I mean, other than taking a shit and alcohol, what do you do?
I mean, drink some water and stay hydrated. Maybe eat a snack of a granola bar before. I don't know. What do you do before you log into PlayStation?
Uh, good question.
I
Good
mean,
question. All Lemon needs is some food and sustenance.
I just don't want everyone thinking that I'm an alcoholic because that's not the case. I sit
Yeah,
back and
no, definitely
two or
not.
three drinks and have some fun with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got something for you guys since you've asked me so many questions.
Okay.
Do you think these devs are ever going to update the game again, or do you think they're done?
Personally,
Hell yes.
personally, I think that they're done. But I guess that will come up later because we are going to talk about the state of the game.
But did you see that video posted on Reddit
I
today,
did
May
not.
6th? There's this video on Reddit where this guy just makes this long video and just slams it. So it was like everything I wanted to say. I was like, thumbs up, like that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of posts on Reddit and in the Discord, and it just doesn't seem like they care.
I don't know. It's scary.
With how it worked with the PC the first time around, they dropped it just like they did this one. They put out a timeline like they did with this one. they went through with it a little bit, like about halfway, like we are now, and then we never heard from them until they dropped the restart update that we know as PlayStation. So it's a 50-50. We don't know what's going on.
Honestly, it just really sucks to see that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna talk about this later once we're done with this interview. Okay. I just like a
Okay.
couple more questions for you, Lemmon. So what? I'm sorry. Okay, so what's your dream director game?
Where I had this
What?
shiny new drone director. So it's like
Oh.
blinged out, maybe with some streamers or something that blings in the sky that people know it's me. That would be my dream director game.
You do need some director cosmetics, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Need
maybe
some.
put some lemons around you.
Yeah, that'd be
Yo,
awesome.
that would be.
Making it to 100, I mean, you need some kind of recognition. It's insane. You need something.
And it's insane that there's people out there higher than me that I have no idea who they are. Like, that's crazy.
Rumors, at least. We haven't seen anything, but
Yeah, I believe them. I mean, who would lie on the internet?
I guess that's
I
that's a
mean-
fair point.
I mean, pics if it didn't happen. That's my generation, and so we like to take pics.
What out of all your hours playing this game, what do you recall being like the craziest experience you've ever had?
Probably is when one person was running before I knew of strategic retreating. And I got in his head and I said, "You can win this, turn around and fight." And then he smacked it and ended up winning the game. Like a 4-hit
Oh,
combo
wow.
and just went through
Really?
everybody. And so like I felt like I gave him the confidence to succeed. I think that was the craziest thing because everyone knows that the damage of Axe is just so unbalanced right now.
Oh,
So, I mean, 2 hits is 450 with a grappler and it's 300. That 150 is another hit. So any jet lane player has to hit 3 times to equal a grappler's 2. So I get it. Yeah, grapplers are OP, but anyone says that the wings are OP, come on now. They're hitting you an extra time. You just suck. And that's what
yeah, exactly. And like
That's a
the
good argument to be made against
with the
that.
headhunter, you get that 225 damage with the arrows. If you're good with arrows and you can sit back a little bit,
that's why
That's
Mulzak, or that's why Xotic plays
is just. I wake up and I cream my pants and it's like, oh
Sorry,
yeah,
Xotic?
that damage is so good.
okay, there you go.
I know my
You
game.
lagged out a little bit.
Okay. That was the question.
I
know it's not.
think that's about it for all the questions, Lemon.
Oh, thank God
Yeah.
it was going on forever. I thought I was like taking an interview for a job or
No,
something.
No, you're
I'm just messing with you guys.
did you
Thanks
have
for
any extra wisdom you'd like to leave with us at the end of this interview here?
Yes, Lemmon.
I guess be on time, right? Be honorable or personable or, be nice, I guess. Be kind to one another. And of course, may the best player win.
Very
Very true.
wise words. Very wise.
Very wise.
Thank you
Very
so
wise.
much for talking with us today. It was a blast getting to pick at your brain a little bit about being a level 100 director. We're going to go ahead and move on to talking about the state of the Darwin Project.
God, there's so much to talk about.
I think that we're going to start off with what would everyone like to see? Let's go with you first, Lemmon. What would you like to see out of season 2, if we get a season 2?
Director skins.
That is for sure something we need.
just let me modify
anything for the director, man.
Just let me modify my drone color. Like that's it. It's so minor, right?
Yeah, it's something that I believe was in the game before it came to PS4.
Like it has like a yellow strip. Why not just make the whole thing yellow? And
I might be mistaken, so nobody take that as fact. But I really feel like in the first season or season 1 Battle Pass before it was on PlayStation, they had director skins. Could be wrong.
I guess I can say I wish we had a community manager or dev support.
Oh yeah, definitely. But no one can get in contact with them.
I would at least like a new class, so it's not rock, paper, scissors. I would like to see 2 additional or 3 additional classes just to really mix it up.
Well, we're supposed to get one here in the spring and then one in the fall.
Oh yeah, they're hyping it up.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Xotic, what would you like to see?
I honestly I don't. The cosmetics I felt they weren't good.
I can agree.
Unpopular. They weren't good in the battle pass.
What do you mean? You could look like a robot chicken.
Like, okay, I spent $15 on the starter pack, and I still use that skin over the battle pass skins.
Yeah, the
So
skins. One thing I feel like I like about the game already is that the skins, like the ramen system, it's already so good that I don't feel like I need to pay money to get good cosmetics.
yes,
If you get that, yes, that's how I feel about it. But the battle pass, yeah, I wouldn't pay for it.
the only reason I'm going to get the season 2 battle pass if it ever launches is because I got the ramen back from this battle pass. I am excited for it if it happens, but there's just no way I could justify spending money on it whenever it's been so lackluster since launch. I
It
guess
really,
I would say. Season 2, at least for the new class, I really am hoping. Let me know your opinions on this for a support class. I would really, really like to see a support class, maybe some long range perks, healing related perk. They can craft med kits. What do you think about that?
that would be pretty, I guess, out of place in a game like Darwin Project, where I don't know, it's like it feels like the more attack power you have, that's how you win. It's not really
True.
about endurance. It's more about attack power. Thus,
That's true.
Grappler being, in my opinion, one of the best classes in the game currently, and Headhunter being one of the worst. But I mean, obviously, with the right player, you can make any class the worst or the best. But that's just how it is right now. Personally, I feel.
Well, here's the thing about it is that if this were to the only way this were to be to work is if they get more players into the game, and the only way that they're really going to do that is starting to introduce things like limited time game modes that maybe promote playing duos, which a support class would only be good for duos.
They need to introduce something.
Yeah,
Like
that's
it's
really
been
what it boils down to.
has it been a month since the last update?
Bro, I don't even
And
know.
they've been radio silent completely about everything. I know they're working on another project called Season. It's on their Twitter, but
Yeah, and that's what everyone's scared about because we don't know, are they dropping Darwin? Were they just trying to get money out of it? Uh, only time will tell there. We really don't know. What do you think about it, Lemon? Did you know about this? How they have another game they're working on?
No, I don't. I don't follow them on Twitter.
I don't either. I just saw it on the subreddit, I believe. Yeah, they're working on another game, and a lot of people are really, scared that that's what they're doing was trying to make money off of Darwin to make that game.
Well, most companies right now, they can make one game, make it for free, charge a little bit of cash, get some cash, and move on to the next one, and just leave
Yep.
people behind.
Yeah.
So
I really, 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 really hope Darwin isn't one of those games.
I mean,
Because
Friday the 13th was,
Well,
yeah,
people
that
still
game
play
is
Friday the 13th, but yes,
but it is
I agree with that.
it is so buggy,
Yeah.
so crazy since day one.
I still see DayZ.
So
I'm sorry, anyone that loves it. I still see DayZ as one of those games. They're just milking that money because the game is awful.
yeah,
Like the game is literally built awful.
but people love that potential or what it could be, and so they still play it in hopes it's going to be something better. I don't know. That's stupid to me.
Really,
Well,
what I had in my mind when I said DayZ, it's still true about DayZ, but what I was thinking about was Player Grounds, PUBG. Yeah, I was thinking about PUBG. It is so horribly made, but people love it.
There's Apex, there's Fortnite, there's literally hundreds of other, I guess, battle royale clones out there. I think they just lost the will to compete because as soon as Fortnite came out, they were like completely thrown in the shadow. So like, I can understand
Because
they lost
you
the
went from a
belief.
skill game to a cartoony game.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
made Minecraft with guns.
Mm.
And you made some phenomenal looking skins.
See, another thing for season 2, if we get it, is what they really need to work on is support for directors, as we've talked about, but specifically on the console, because on PC, as you might know, Lemon, I know that this would be great for someone like you at your level on console. Is PC, you can log into your Twitch account, you can have your viewers actually vote on giving certain buffs and debuffs to people and zones.
That would be
And
awesome.
I can't believe that they didn't introduce it on console, honestly, because it's kind of the basis of what they made their game around.
On the roadmap, they said they were gonna add like some sort of spectator interaction much later on, like in the fall or the winter, if I remember correctly. But
but
I'll,
as we
yeah,
all
what do
know,
you think, Lemon?
I'll,
What do you
I'll
think on that?
I'll believe it when we see it. I guess
honestly, that's
that's.
the way it is right now.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want to speculate on giving the opportunity for someone else to vote. No, man, I veto. Like I am the director. What I say goes. I guess
Yeah.
judge, jury, executioner. To give somebody a choice, sure, that'd be cool. I guess that'd be fun for like a mode, but I don't know because everyone would be like lava or lava nuke, right?
True, true. It'd be fun if you had the viewer count though to just have those crazy games enabled to where it's like, hey, you guys go crazy, do what you want. I'm gonna sit back and laugh.
I guess that's the difference. Is like Darwin to me is more personal with the group of
Hmm.
10 versus you're playing like a game like Warzone that has 115 bots. So it's just I don't know.
True.
That's another thing I love about the game is how that sort of anonymity you usually have when playing like bigger games like Fortnite and PUBG. That's completely gone. Like with proximity chat, you could be fighting someone. You're like, "Hey, buddy, I'm about to kill you." Yeah, I'm about to kill you too, man. In the next game, you see each other, and you're like, "Hey, buddy," and like you grow relationships like that, and that's one of
Ho-
the things I love about it.
Hopefully it's good because sometimes I've been in games where these people just start talking trash instantly. As soon as they're like, "Oh man, you a B word, you a B word, you a B word."
You suck because you killed me.
Yeah, so bad, man.
Honestly, I love that part of it too. It's just like it's good
Oh yeah,
competition.
it's great, especially when you kill someone and they're trying to say that you suck. It is a funny feeling. It is
Yeah,
something that gives you laughter.
they
I
bag him
enjoy it.
as like you have a good taste of your nutsack, and it's like, damn, you suck, bro. It's such a good feeling. That's another part I love about the game.
Now, I know we've touched on the lack of communication overall for the game, and support for the game. Is there anything that you guys want to add on that?
Oh my god,
If
the
anyone's
game.
listening to this,
Do something.
do something, please. just
Honestly,
just post a like on a video. Post a hey, this is so and so from Scav. Keep it going. Just anything for that
Just ask
encouragement.
one of us three to come join the Discord and look around.
No,
I
I don't want to be a
mean,
part. I don't want to be a part of their Discord. They're telling they ban people. They kick people. Like they've had 2
the
years of
devs
relationships.
or
So
the
like
moderators.
probably all of them. They're probably all in cahoots, passing out them wood masks.
Honestly, I would be
very
satisfied
possible.
if one of the developers just tweeted out a post like, "Hey, just took a shit. Good morning. Hashtag fire lit." Honestly, I would just be satisfied with that.
I mean,
Because
that's
at
kind of
least
how
they're
I started
alive.
off this podcast. And speaking
Yes.
of it, that's how I'm gonna end it. All right, boys. Thanks for having me on.
All
We
right,
really
man.
appreciate having you. Thank you for your time, actually. And is there any? I don't know if there is, but is there any like social media outlets or anything you want to plug in here?
Not
Please
mine.
plug.
You got yours.
I didn't know if you did because I know you haven't really mentioned much, but I was just gonna ask you since you were here.
I
So
mean, you guys can Google me if you want to know me. It's out there. My digital footprint's about Bigfoot.
You heard that here, ladies and gentlemen. You can Google Mr. Lemon Says, and you will find him.
that's all it takes. Or
Don't
Jazzy Lemon.
Yeah, or that. Don't be creepers. I'm an old guy. It's weird.
But yeah, we appreciate having you, and we'll see you probably whenever we're playing scrims. Honestly,
All right. Happy trails. Bye bye.
See you, bro. And that
but
was
we
fun.
here are going to still continue talking a little bit. Um, I was also wanting to bring up, where did it go? I gotta find it. How since launch we still haven't even seen any major updates. The duos and battle pass have been the literal key points in this game's life, and it's things that they had before the launch. It's just stuff that they had left over from PC.
Yeah, it's nothing really new added to the game. It's just
And if anything, they've taken more out than they've added. I mean, we had all of the traps. I believe there were a few extra traps in the PC version. I cannot remember off the top of my head, so I will not spread false information on what they were. But I do remember that we had fire arrows and leather, and there were so many key components that would mix in well with what they had put into this update. Basically, it's crazy to me. It
okay.
opens
So
up.
here's
Go
what I
ahead.
think. Here's what I think what happened. So when they first released the game, it was just super in-depth. You could craft this, you could craft that, you could build
Mm-hmm.
your own sort of play style with the things that you craft. And it was just a lot more freeing. You could do so much more than you could do now because they had leather as a resource. You could craft gliders and all these sort of different stuff. And I think that's what attracted these sort of skill hungry players, these already
Mm-hmm.
high skill players, because there's so much meta to talk about with all
Definitely.
these variables in the game. And so when the game actually came out and they removed all of that, all that freedom, all that stuff that the initial players were so focused on, it really, I guess, hurt a lot of the player base because they're like, "Hey, dude, what the fuck? We had so much in the old game. Like, what happened? We
Mm-hmm.
have these three classes. There's nothing like really meta to talk about.
See,
I
what
can't
I
really change my playstyle."
enjoyed and appreciate out of the update is the class system. I love that they did that. The craftability and the freedom that you had in the PC version, it was good. It was actually really fun. But the what they've done with the class system makes more sense to me because you can pick and choose which things that you would rather be rather than give yourself all these overpowered perks. Um,
Mm.
so I enjoy the class system. I just don't enjoy that they took out things like fire arrows. They had the ability to make things maybe like ice arrows and all these other things, but they
I
dropped it.
feel I feel like they took all that stuff out for two reasons. One is just to, I guess, have a fresh start, with the fresh release of the game. They just wanted to, slowly implement all those things, for the players. And two
Mhm.
is because, with all that stuff that you need to learn about Darwin, like there are roles, there are different types of arrows, there are different boots that might hide your
I
noise or
forgot
they
about all
might
that too. There were
speed you
boots,
up.
cloaks, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so I think they
Um
just wanted to appeal to newer players more with the
yeah,
simplicity
definitely.
that it has.
It's very simplistic compared to what it was, definitely. What I would love to see, I don't think this is how it worked because I played it like for a few hours when it was on PC, and then the player base dropped, so there was no reason for me to go back. But what I would like to see is fire arrows come back, and maybe instead of doing like extra damage on a person, if they have armor, the armor would be burned slowly. Like your armor would actually have a health bar now.
That
Like
would be
a hit would still deplete it, it would still break it, but a fire
mm.
arrow would burn it because it is made of wood. That's what I would love
So
to see.
they would get hit with the fire arrow and then the armor would burn off and then what? It still
like
got
they
so
would
the armor.
take. I think at least in my head, if I was the game dev, I would maybe make the arrow do like 50 damage or less towards the player while the arrow or while the armor's on, and then the armor would burn, and once the armor breaks, it would go into just like normal damage. I don't know how they would work that out because I don't feel like it would work well if the player burned,
Ooh, that'd be
because I feel
fun.
like that would be too overpowered. But I'm just saying I would like to see that mechanic of the armor basically.
Hmm.
Something different. Anything different's gonna work for me at this point.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of the player base feels just like you and I feel. Like, come on, just give us anything, anything to
Because
suck
I
on, anything.
mean, everyone
Like,
like the veteran players are just losing interest right now. There's not much to do.
yeah,
Yeah, you can keep continuing to level up and everything, but there's nothing new. So,
yeah. With the solar, I don't know, is it solar glasses or sonar glasses? Is it?
you mean sonar goggles?
Yeah, yeah, him.
Yeah. What about him?
From what you told me, he he made all these posts basically criticizing the devs on what
Well,
to.
I don't want to put anything out there about him. I want to say that I just know people in that Discord did. I don't know anything about him.
Oh, okay.
So basically, people in that Discord, in some way, shape, or form, had got the spam to go through to devs and Reddit, and they are just not supported by Scavenger anymore. I don't really want to talk much about that because I don't want anyone, uh, you know, going crazy on us or anything, but that's
It's
basically the gist is that they're not supported by scavenger games anymore, and I don't want to say anything specific because I don't know the full truth. So
well,
that's just that.
I wanted to mention that because it's like they used to host tournaments, official tournaments from the Scav developers too. Now
Hmm.
that's stopped completely. Like there's
Yes,
some player run tournaments, but that's about it.
like what we do. We do scrims every Wednesday and Friday night.
Yeah, and that's just basically it. And I feel like that took a lot more out of the game.
So you have to find these groups to actually do this and to have fun with competitive players.
Hmm.
That's what you have to do if you want to play competitively in the Darwin Project right now.
And another thing, I would be more okay with the class system. I mean, it's good right now, but it's like jet wings are the way I feel about jet wings is it's difficult to counter, but you can counter it. Like with arrow shots and with predicting when they're gonna boost, it's very easy to counter after you get it after a while, but it's still a very formidable class, even if you manage to counter it successfully. So, oh my
Yes.
god, I'm getting off topic. So,
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
I would be more okay with the class system if they frequently added more classes to the game because classes
Yes.
now they
Or even did more, sorry, or even did more balance updates. We've gotten maybe 2 balance updates since launch, you know?
yeah something to sort of knock the grappler class down a few pegs from its high tower
And
because
also the jet wings, they're not I'm not one of those people that are going to go out and say they're overpowered, but they need some nerfing to the dash attack. They do.
I
Even if it's just maybe because you can get 3 dashes off of one fuel tank. So basically, I think that needs to be shortened down to maybe a dash and a half. Like it takes down maybe even 2 dashes, but 3 is just too much.
yeah, it already is at two. You can use two dashes and then you ask to recharge for the third one.
Oh, is it? I swear when I was using jetpack, it was jetwing. It was 3.
Yeah, that was a long time ago that you could do three dashes. They added a cap now where your
Okay.
your jet level has to be like at a certain meter for you to dash.
Maybe my problem, maybe it was that the fuel regenerated too fast and I was able to get that third one off. That might be what it was. Because the fuel itself regenerates pretty fast also.
The fuel regeneration, I don't really mind. I don't really mind that at all. It's just
Okay.
either how much fuel the dude has, or how powerful that jet boost is,
Mm-hmm.
and how much more room for counterplay I would like there to be against that class, because you have basically just a few options against him. You could try to predict when he's gonna boost by axing, so you can
But
parry.
if you're a not jet wing, if you're a headhunter player, you're screwed. Like if
Well,
you're a headhunter player and you just cannot you cannot tell when they're about to dash, it's just a bad time. It's just a bad time.
absolutely. If you're inexperienced and you're playing headhunter, you're just no.
Like maybe even a signal to show, hey, he's dashing, but not take any time away from the dash, just like a small signal to be like, yo, you need to parry,
Yeah, so it's telegraphed.
because even with the grapple, you can tell that they're coming. You can parry that pretty easy.
Yeah, it makes a very loud noise and takes time to zip.
We're at about 52 minutes now, so I was just gonna say, is there any last points you want to bring up about the state of the game? Just last points.
They need to communicate more. They did. Well, marketing is obviously not their specialty, but they need to.
It might be, and they just haven't done it. We don't know.
No, dude. The
That
trailer.
I mean, if they would just go on like maybe Facebook and pay half, like not even half, 10-15% of the money they made off the game, they would get more players like that.
I hear you, but dude, their announcement trailer for the real game, it looks like a freaking mobile game.
I never
Like if you
watched it, to be honest. I just saw it was coming for PlayStation, and I never went and watched it.
watch it, bro, it looks horrible. Like I don't know the first thing about editing videos, and I feel like I could have done a better job than that. Honestly.
I will have to go
But
look
go
at that after this for real. I'm gonna go look at it. I want to say that I think competitive as a whole was treated. It was a mistake to go where as soon as they did. It really was for consoles. It was a mistake. They should have worked on directing and all these other things first. And then without the proper player base, I mean, there's no need in a competitive market right now. They need to grow their community and grow their communication with the community before they even continue trying to go competitive, because it's just not, it's the player base is not going to be there. It's just not.
Yeah, they definitely just need to add some more content and quality of life changes before they ever touch the competitive scene.
Because I mean, the player base is around. It's just not playing because they're finding other games to switch to. They have nothing new from the Darwin Project, so why not go get something new from Warzone or new from Apex? I mean,
Yeah.
there's just nothing, and
All
then
right,
there's
bro.
no goal to climb towards at all.
Okay. I have to pee. So I had a lot of
Okay.
fun. A lot of fun here with y'all. We did really good for our first time, I think. It was a really chill session.
Yeah, I enjoyed the conversation a lot. I really did. Is there any social media handles you want to plug in here?
Absolutely not. But thank
Okay.
you.
You can find me at twitch.tv/the Mulzak Gaming. You can also find my Twitter at Mulzak1234. It's an Mulzak. And I think that's about it. I don't think there's anything else I want to plug in here. You can message me on Discord, or no, I'll just say on Twitter. You can message me on Twitter about if you want to get into the what's it called? The Discord. We have about 80 players right now. We hold competitive Darwin scrims every Wednesday and Friday night, 9 Eastern Standard Time, right? usually. I
Okay,
think
I'm gonna
that's
go.
it from me.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. If you made it this far,
Yeah, if you
please
made
like,
it this
comment,
far,
share. And goodbye.
that's YouTube, bud. I hope that you guys enjoyed our interview with the Level 100 director, state of the game discussion, and season 2 predictions. We are out.